Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got 5 more extremely cool knives that you'll be able to get very soon, or you can actually get right now. I'll be linking everything right down in the description so you guys can check it out if you want. It does help my channel when you use those links, but that's entirely up to you. Thanks so much to my patrons for supporting me, and please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. There is no particular criteria for these knives. They're just cool, and I want to share them with you guys. So, starting off here with number 5. It's actually a knife that people are plenty familiar with, and that's the Hogue Deka, but what's special about this knife are the polycarbonate or Lexan scales by Original Goat. I have to thank everybody who watches my channel because you guys had been telling me to check out Original Goat for a long time, and I finally did. And they were kind enough to send me some really cool samples. Now, this polycarbonate or Lexan is interesting to me because, of course, it's transparent. And it's definitely strong enough to, be a knife frame. But it can also come in a bunch of different colors. Now, these may or may not be available yet, but I know that they are at the very least coming soon, and there's a bunch of other stuff at the Original Goat website, like titanium scales for your Ritter Hogue RSK MK1G2, or titanium scales for your Demco 8010, which are both extremely cool. The awesome thing about Original Goat is that they're doing this stuff in the United States, and considering they're able to both texture and contour materials like titanium, that's pretty amazing. The quality is off the charts. They do aluminum, they do apparently polycarbonate. I would guess in the future they'll do different colors, which has got me really excited for this and a bunch of other models, but really just awesome stuff. I don't know about you guys, but I kind of like seeing through the scales and into the internals, and especially on something like the Deka that runs with a cartridge liner and Omega springs, it just makes it really, really cool. Did I mention, for those of you who like to min-max on the, total blade length to weight ratio, it makes the knife extremely lightweight. Not that the Deka wasn't lightweight to begin with, but wow, it makes it extremely lightweight. So, Lexan polycarbonate scales likely coming soon for Original Goat. Make sure you check them out in the description. There's a ton of cool stuff there. Moving on here to another knife with transparent scales that will be available very soon, and that's the Civivi Praxis in ultum. Now, I love ultum, again, because it's transparent. It only comes in one color, right? That's part of the reason why I'm so excited about the polycarbonate stuff from Original Goat. But ultum is very strong and works very, very well as a knife scale handle material, but it's only yellow. And, fortunately, I think it looks pretty cool. The Civivi Praxis, back in the day, which was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, was considered by many to be the best budget knife on earth. It is still one of the best budget knives on earth, absolutely. It's still one of the best buys out there. The ultum scales might give some people who already own the Praxis a reason to buy it again. I had no idea that Civivi was doing this, and these will release for everybody here, I think, very, very soon. Right now, you can pre-order these on Blade HQ alongside the Mini Praxis, which also comes in ultum. I think these are $60. The blade steel is 9CR 18 MOV. I think you can actually see it right there. There it is right there. But they've also textured it, which is a really, really nice touch. Just a little tiny bit of texturing there. And the actual feel, no sharp edges or anything like that. Really just an awesome scale material to add to something like the Praxis. And thankfully, Civivi had the brains to not pretend that this was a premium material and charge us a ridiculous amount of money for it. There are definitely some companies out there like, whoa, ultum, oh, that'll be $247 more. No, it's just yellow plastic, but it's plenty durable and really cool, right? So make sure you check out the new Civivi Praxis and Mini Praxis coming soon. Now on to something super duper weird and impractical that you can actually buy, and that's the Midgard's Messer EDC Nori. Now, again, let me be the first to say, this is impractical. This is more of a novelty than anything else, but it is made very well. And if you don't really care about maximizing the utility of your EDC-ness and you just like to carry fun and cool things, this might be right up your alley. You can check these out at Tools for Gents. These are the same guys who the Midgard's Messer is the same company who makes all those massive Titanic overbuilt stuff. What I think is cool about this is it's a little fixed hatchet. We've got the frame in titanium. We've got the scales in titanium. You move this little latch right over here just to the middle, and then what you can do is release this guy right here. And this is actually magnetic, which is fun. It really is just kind of a fun thing, and that's about it, right? But the magnets are definitely strong enough to keep the thing in there. I mean, the amount of force that it would take to get it out there, you have to really kind of throw it, right? So the nice thing is, though, you can just lock it in place, but the magnets will absolutely keep it there. It also has a pocket clip. Now, let me be honest with you guys. It is a little bit of a mess, like getting this into your pocket, but once it's in there, as long as this thing is latched down, it will actually stay. Using it, I mean, you're gonna hold it like this, and you're gonna put your thumb right here. So it'll cut. If you want to get into a package, it'll do it. This is more of a conversation piece, and it is just fun, right? Titanium scales, and we have the steel satin finished right here, and then the rest of this is titanium. They also, if you look at this and you're like, I don't really need titanium, they also make a G10 version of this as well. Really, I just think it's cool because the thing is magnetic, right? This is obviously going to be more of a hindrance in terms of EDC, right? If this is like your dedicated EDC knife, it's going to be obviously a little bit more difficult to open packages and do regular EDC stuff. A little bit. Not so much that it's frustrating, but just a little bit more. So this might be something that you sort of carry with your folding knife, but it is fun. And there's something really satisfying about having it magnetically click into place. It's kind of just a really cool little thing. All right, moving on here to something that is also made by Midgard's Messer and is absolutely 100% massively overbuilt and, let's be honest, kind of impractical. Holy moly. Yeah, this is a real knife. This is the Midgard's Messer Valhalla. You know what I think we should do is zoom the camera out a bit. Okay, now that we actually have enough room to see this thing fully open, let me open this for you. I'm going to go slow on purpose so that we can see the mechanism. Wow. Look at that. Oh my gosh. This thing is an absolute monster. You might be asking, why? Why did they do that? Just because. If you are in any way familiar with Midgard's Messer, you know that why is not part of their vocabulary. They simply do it because they like to do it. This is not a practical object, but it is certainly interesting and definitely cool. This specific version is the Midgard's Messer special, or the exclusive Midgard's Messer. I'm sorry. This is the exclusive Tools for Gents edition that has the blue titanium scales. There are other versions of this available, and there are, I believe, pre-orders available for it. It's not as expensive as some of you might think. It's still an expensive knife, but I remember seeing a G10 version of this for something like 250 euros. I want to say this one was 400 euros, something like that. It has a huge blade. The way that this locks out is it has two tabs on either side, and what you do is you push them in and then you push back on the spine. I'm not going to tell you guys that I think this is safe. The lock is definitely secure, but as far as disengaging it goes, it's a little bit weird. The idea here is that the amount of blade you're getting to fall into the handle is substantially more than what you normally get with a regular folding knife, right? Because it pivots right here. What they've done here is managed to sort of extend the pivot zone, so you end up with substantially more blade than you have handle. My goodness, is this thing robust. Will it function? Yes, it will. It doesn't have a pocket clip, and it is massively cumbersome. So this knife is for people who enjoy things that are made in a way that is still functional, right? This is a knife that absolutely can be used. It's not like a delicate piece of art that will shatter the first time you use it. No, it's just massively, massively inconvenient, but really, really fun. I mean, I love stuff like this. This is part of the reason why I'm such a huge fan of Midgard's Messer. They don't really care about necessarily putting out the most practical stuff. They just have a certain style, and they like to stick with it. And this is one of the most Midgard's Messery knives that I have ever seen. The choil area in combination with the jimping back here. I would love to tell you that it's super comfortable. The truth is it's not. It's really like holding a huge brick of titanium and steel, which is pretty much exactly what it is. The lock is completely and totally solid. I mean, the two tabs absolutely do hold it in place. The action is actually very smooth. I had a lot of people in the short say that it looked like it was like really crunchy, or it looked like it was like super tight. It's not. In the short, I went super slow to kind of demonstrate how the action works, but the entire mechanism is actually very, very smooth. So if you're interested in stuff like this, or you like really strange, huge honking crazy works of art, right? This might be a knife for you. It definitely belongs in this video though, because it certainly is cool. Moving on here to perhaps, depending on how you sort of, look at this, perhaps the coolest knife of the bunch. This is a knife that some people know about, but not everybody. This is the Kizer Mystic. What is so special about that knife? It looks like any other Kizer. I'll tell you what's so special about it. This thing, does it not say on this side? Oh, it says on this side. There it is right there. This knife is in Rex 45, which is not a steel you will find hardly anywhere in the knife world right now. Spyderco messed around with it a little bit on a few sprints and exclusives, but outside of that, you won't find it, which means you have to go to eBay and pay laughable amounts of money to get your hands on it. This Kizer knife is available. I believe they've done a decent heat treat on it, and it's available for $170, considering we have a beautiful tumbled finish, beautiful action, beautiful execution. We have micarta and titanium. This was also designed by Paul Munko, Colorful Filth on Instagram. A very, very utilitarian knife, one that is available and that actually I think mirrors the price really well. In fact, I think they're kind of, I don't know about you, but I kind of feel like this is a deal. $170 for everything you get here. Again, the design is absolutely utilitarian. You get thumb studs, super nice clean action, right? Super smooth action, great ergonomics, good cutting geometry, a good tip, and Rex 45 steel, which is no joke. That is some serious stuff. So I wanted to make sure that people knew. If you didn't know, Kizer made a knife. Well, Paul Munko designed a knife and had Kizer produce it with Rex 45 steel. I really hope that we start to see more Rex 45. I really enjoy using it. There was a time a while back where I used the Spyderco Shaman in Rex 45 to break down a ridiculous number of boxes over the course of 2 hours. There's actually a picture of this on my Instagram from a long time ago. And wow, was that stuff impressive. It just goes and goes and goes. I really have not experienced too many other steels that are much like Rex 45. So Kizer Mystic, very, very recommendable. Let's go back over these again. Hopefully they all fit on camera. Kizer Mystic. We have the gigantic, look how unbelievably thick this is. Midgard's Messer Valhalla. We have the little teeny tiny Midgard's Messer EDC Nori for people who just like, fun things that are kind of impractical there. That's the name of the game with Midgard's Messer, right? We have the Civivi Praxis in ultum, and then we have the Hogue Deka in the original goat Lexan polycarbonate scales. Guys, that's going to be pretty much it for today's episode of 5 Cool Knives. I hope you found something that you thought was interesting. Like I said, everything will be linked right down in the description so that you can take a look if you want to. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.